bulking. How to do it correctly if you have a fast metabolism, if you have a slow metabolism, whatever. This is going to be the video for you, how to bulk properly. Here we go. Okay, so first, the same with cutting is the same with bulking. Find your maintenance calories to where you maintain your weight for the rest of your life, basically. Essentially, that's about what it is. Okay, so let's say your maintenance calories are 2,000. You eat 2,000 calories, you don't gain weight, you don't lose weight, you maintain. From there, you want to be in a surplus since you're bulking. So for a crazier bulk, that would be above 300 calories. So 2,300 and above will gain you weight a little bit faster as if you were to do it with 2,200 calories or 2,300 calories. That would be a slower bulk, or a clean bulk / lean bulk. That is what that would be. To slowly gain the weight, once you find your maintenance and once you find the right calorie intake for your bulk, specifically if you want to gain weight slower or faster, you want to make sure you're getting plenty of protein so you don't get too fluffy over the cut. You're gaining muscle along with a little bit of fat, because that is, at the end of the day, calories in, calories out. That's how that works. So you want to be getting at least 0.5 grams of protein per 1 pound of body fat, or what I recommend, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Now that is going to be, for me, I weigh approximately 145 right now. So I would need 145 grams of protein to essentially heal the muscle properly. And me personally, since I'm cutting, I want to get a little bit more protein. So I am getting about 160 grams of protein a day with 2,000 calories. That is how easy it is to get your protein in, and I'm cutting. So if you're bulking, that is so much freedom to get as much protein as you want and need. The next thing is to get protein-dense foods that are a little bit higher in calories, because you have that extra calorie margin, so you don't have to get things that are like 270 calories and 40 grams of protein. You don't need that. Now, if you want that to get your protein in fast, the beginning of the day, in 1 or 2 meals, by all means, go ahead. I'm not telling you what you can and cannot eat. That is your decision. That is why you watch the video at the end of the day. So, this would include peanut butter, whole milk, higher carb foods. Those are the calorie dense options. So whole milk, since it has the extra fat, it's a little bit more calories and a little bit less protein. So that'll help you get the extra calories if, you know, your metabolism is faster than average. So that means your maintenance is like 3,000 calories and you need to eat like 3,500 to gain any weight, and that's like 0.2 pounds of body weight per week, which that sucks, but hey, I'm telling you, it is easy. So cereal, any nut butter, it doesn't have to be peanut butter, it can be almond butter, that has like the seed oils, that have the extra calories. And another thing to help gain weight, if you know your metabolism is faster, putting a little bit of olive oil instead of like butter while you're cooking, or adding olive oil to your protein shakes. Texture wise, it does make it feel a little bit oily, but you know, if you add 1 to 2 tablespoons of that, that's like an extra 200 calories, where it's just like that. It doesn't really feel like much, but that will help. And working out / cardio. If your goal is to gain muscle on a bulk, you want to make sure you're getting strength training in and hypertrophy training if you want to gain as much muscle as possible. So make sure you're working out at least 3 times a week. And if, you know, your metabolism is a little bit slower, like mine, you'll want to maybe do a little bit of cardio, maybe 15 to 30 minutes, maybe even an hour a day, just so you're burning calories, but you're still taking them in and getting all the protein. So you're not going to gain as much fat, but you still will gain muscle. So that'll make you fuller. And supplements. Supplements are very important, especially if you're bulking and especially if you're cutting. If you're maintaining your weight, it isn't a big deal to get supplements because you don't want to gain weight, you don't want to lose weight, you're at a perfect place. But I do recommend, if you have a faster metabolism, taking mass gainer is going to help. And even if you have a slower metabolism like me, creatine, natural peptides can help. One of my mom's best friends owns a supplement or a peptide company that specializes in these things that supplement into your diet. So just in case you aren't getting these things in your actual diet, implementing them, especially there's this lean capsule that I'm going to be taking. I will experiment that with you guys and I'll show that as a video, but it just essentially helps boost your metabolism. So if you have a faster metabolism, I do not recommend taking that, just because it's going to speed it up more, and you don't want that if you're trying to bulk and it's very hard for you. But as I said, mass gainer, pre-workouts like Pump, or non-stimulants or stimulants like I have Rise, and Angie Labs has so many perfect supplements for you that will help. They have creatine, pre-workout, Pump, and just so many things that will help you. And that also includes protein powder. So if you're not getting protein powder, get some protein powder. It's going to help pack on that extra muscle. If you have trouble getting your protein in every day, it is going to help so much. So code Chopper if you want to check any of that out. What can you do if you're not seeing any proper results? Increase calories and macros week by week. So let's say you do this bulk for a month, 3 weeks. You see progress for the first week, week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks, and then it just plateaus for like 2.5 extra weeks. What that means is you want to be getting in more calories. So if you're already in a 500 calorie surplus and you're starting to not see any weight gain after a certain point, you want to up that maybe to 700. And that should stop the plateau. That also means implementing more carbs, fiber, more protein. That's going to help a lot. Tracking your progress weekly with weigh-ins is going to help a lot. And again, don't be discouraged if one day you're down 2 pounds and the next day you're up 3. Weight fluctuates a lot. It has to do with like bloat, water retention, even the weather. If it's like humid, you're going to sweat off a little bit of extra water weight. So don't look at the scale one day and then take that weight. Take the median weight, So, and also, the most important thing is to be patient, because these results do not happen overnight. It takes multiple months, multiple years to develop a perfect physique. The last thing that is the most important, whether you're cutting, you're bulking, whatever, is to get plenty and plenty of rest, at least 8 hours a night, because that's when your body absorbs all of the protein, absorbs all of the nutrients. And obviously throughout the day, it's absorbing and digesting that. But while you're sleeping, your body is recovering what it used during those workouts or those cardio sessions. You were pumping out a shit ton of reps on bench. It's going to break down those muscle fibers. And then the recovery process builds them up again so that muscle can grow. So it's very important to get the rest so your muscles can grow and it can complete that recovery and growth process so you can gain the most muscle possible. I think that is going to be it for the bulking video. As I said, it is so easy to bulk. It is so easy to cut. All you have to do is know what you're doing, follow your macros, listen to your body. If you need more rest one day, get the rest. Don't work yourself. Don't burn yourself out. it's just going to be worse on your body. It's going to be worse on your muscles, worse on your mind, which is the most important thing in the process of building or losing. You know, you want to have a good mental state going into these things. So I think that is going to be it for the bulking video. That's going to be it. This one was a shorter one today, but I hope this helped you guys. If you have any more questions for me, definitely reach out. I will be so happy to help any of you guys. That is going to be it for today's video. I know I've said that like 4 fucking times, but I'm going to be filming more videos, hopefully this weekend. Well, when you're watching this, I'm already going to be in Florida, so that's crazy. As of recording this, it is the 31st of May, so when this comes out, it will be it'll be Saturday, a week from now. I don't fucking know. I do not want to look at my calendar, but sorry for stalling. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to pick anything up from Uncertain or A&G Labs, don't forget to use my code CHOPPER. It helps me out a lot, helps you guys out. You can save 15% at checkout, and that is going to be it from me. End video!